Well, Jesus is not welcome in a New York high school because educators say our Lord is not inclusive. Kennedy Canales is a student at Plattsburgh Senior High School, and she petitioned leadership to start a Jesus Club. School leaders signed off on another student secular club, but the Jesus Club was rejected. Kennedy was told the Jesus Club was not inclusive, so they recommended a more generic name like the Faith Club. The notion that Jesus is not inclusive simply not true. I mean, the Bible clearly quotes our Lord as offering a personal invitation to everyone. Come unto me, all who are weary and burdened. I will give you rest. Well, the American Center for Law and Justice now representing Kennedy, and attorney Nathan Mulker joins us. Nathan, good to have you this evening. This is the craziest story I've heard. So Jesus Club is not inclusive.
Yeah, the school administrators told our client that, sorry, we don't like the name Jesus Club. Students won't feel welcome when they hear that name. So instead, why don't you think of a different name and come back to us, and then maybe we can approve your club. And the sad thing is, this situation is not in any way unusual. We're dealing with multiple schools across the country that are doing similar things, telling students their Christian clubs aren't inclusive enough. We had another case actually also in New York recently where students were ordered to tear down their Christian posters because they had a cross on them. So school administrators are becoming more and more free to try to silence Christian clubs, and that is not the law, and it's not acceptable.
So I understand the family actually tried to talk with school leaders, but got nowhere. So what are you guys doing in response to that?
Yeah, so this poor family went through months and months and months of just trying to get a Christian club off the ground. Just a simple Christian club. So this actually started all the way back in February when they began the process. Kennedy joined this school and they said, okay, we want to start a Christian club. And they were told, sorry, it's too late in the year. Now they've come back this fall and they've had to go through multiple delays. Kennedy's had to make multiple presentations to different school officials to explain what the club is and what it's for, multiple meetings time and time again. So we sent a legal letter on behalf of Kennedy and her family last week. We sent it this past Thursday, and it's Wednesday now. And so what we gave the school district is till tomorrow, till Thursday, to try to resolve this situation. And so the school district has actually gotten back to us. They've informed us that they're having a school board meeting tomorrow. So if we don't see really meaningful resolution tomorrow, I'd anticipate that this school district is going to be facing us in court, frankly, because they've just delayed and delayed. And so this really is kind of their last chance to make this right.
All right, and so let me see if I understand this, because there is something called the Equal Access Act. So if you've got a secular club on campus, you've got to have a Christian club on campus as well. You can't deny one and have the other. Is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So in the Equal Access Act, Congress codified a rule that pretty much matches with what the First Amendment requires too, which is that if schools allow student clubs, schools don't necessarily have to have student clubs, but if they do, they can't discriminate against the religious clubs, frankly, against the Christian clubs. What schools must not do is have one set of rules for Christian clubs and one set of rules for non-Christian clubs. So we see that sometimes with schools just banning Christian clubs, right? But other times schools do the kinds of things they do here, where there's one set of rules if you want to start a club, and it's, a knitting club or a circle club or a chess club or whatever, then we'll approve you quickly and, oh, that sounds great, and go right ahead. But if you want a Christian club, you're going to have to jump through more hoops. You're going to have to go through more approvals. You're going to have to agree to this, that, and the. In other words, school districts often make it substantially harder and more difficult to actually have that Christian club. So they may not say, oh, we're banning all Christian clubs. Instead, they make it difficult. They put obstacles in the way of Christian clubs. And that's what we're really focused on here with what our client has experienced.
All right, Nathan, we're going to have to leave it there. Appreciate you joining us. Good luck to you. Let us know how this all turns out. And